Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday evening. It is 9 o'clock. Time to have a live stream. But first, as always, a little music. Enjoy. Good evening, Budgie. Good evening, Margaret.
We are all the heirs to Scotland, as a nation proudly stand. We will march beneath her banners to protect our ancient land. In the glens and cities, there on every street are the living heroes no army will defeat. Let a flag mean freedom and not a battle drum. To the world we bid a welcome in 1,000 different ways. We will toast to long lost friendships as we build our better days. In the glens and cities, there on every street are the living heroes no army will defeat. Let our flag mean freedom and not a battle drum. We are all the heroes of Scotland. We're a nation hand in hand. We will march beneath her banners to protect our ancient land. In the glens and cities, there on every street are the living heroes no army will defeat. Let our flag mean freedom and not a battle drum.
How you doing, folks? Hope you're all cozy, safe, well, and comfortable. Oh, so how are you doing, Rill? Are you okay? You getting there? It's been very up and down on the channel for the last couple of weeks, is it not? Yeah, Treble M. Well, it's a story I'm familiar with myself, Rill. That just constantly upsets the rest of the body. That's for sure. I hope you've all noticed that Halloween stream tomorrow night, not tomorrow night, on Thursday, uh, we'll be starting a little bit earlier. Oh, I'm sure it isn't, Streaky. I'm sure it isn't. I'm doing all right. Some days are better than others. That's always the case. A budgie on Thursday. Don't spook till you're spooking too. Very good. Well, thank you, Drill. That's it's always good to know. The doctors seem to be uh, content enough that everything seems stable. The cancer has stabilised itself, which is always good to hear. In fact, I've put on so much weight, which I think puzzles them a little bit. You know, from my normal weight, but they're happy that it's the weight's upward. Of course, I don't get out due to the weather, of course. Treble M. Treble M, I am not on steroids, believe it or not. I'm not on anything, believe it or not. And when I say that, what I mean is the two medications that I am on are nothing to do with cancer. I get morphine twice a day for my uh, arthritis in the hip, my right hip here. That's what I take for that. And I take 2 tablets, blood thinners, um, for the blood clot I have in my right leg, caused by the cancer. It seems strange to me, but that's the situation. No medication. Streaky. You look healthier, John, but you sound wheezier than a whoopee cushion with a large body sat on it. That, Streaky, comes and goes very nasally, as you have picked up, as I am at the moment. Sometimes it clears itself, other times it doesn't. So then, of course, that affects my ears. That's one of the things that you may have picked up on is when I have guests on the channel and I have to wear the earbuds. I've never liked them, but it's worse now. So it's not, it doesn't help my hearing. So you sometimes hear me, doing all this, trying to pick up on what people are saying. And that comes and goes. I don't know what causes it. I don't know how to control it. And I've asked about it and they don't have any answers. Oh, a great stream last night. Oh, that'll be toffees you're talking about. I haven't get round to having a listen yet. I like it. But you puzzled as to why you are not dead yet. How do you know I'm not? Long way they be puzzled. I don't know. I have no idea. I can only report what I am aware of. Good evening, Sheila. I don't like this nasal condition. I don't like my hearing being blocked. Yeah, good old snuff, eh? Morphine is some good shit. Well, I am told that because I'm getting issued with pure stuff, obviously, it makes it very valuable, streetwise. I'll need to ask Streaky next time I'm back at the hospital. Good evening, Woodlander. If there's anything they can suggest that might help this, it's a real pain. It's another reason, it interferes with any possibilities of recording. Obviously, you would hear it if it was there and then it wasn't there. As I say, I haven't caught woodlanders material either, as well as toffees. Sometimes I'm not all that grand over the weekend, you know. I wasn't grand over this weekend. I didn't spend a fair time of the weekend in bed, but I retired into bed very early over the weekend. So I'm not always got the available time to listen. I'll catch up though. As I say, I'll catch up with the Woodlanders material and Toffee's Monday night show. Anglo, sell me some morphine, mucker. David William, son of Lan. I'm doing okay. Just talking about my congestion trouble. Streaky. The Woodlander, I wasn't impressed with the fact that you got AIDS. Mind you, I haven't seen your PA speech. I'm saving them all till Saturday night, like I seen your Wales appearance at the end of January. David, Loch Fyne will help sort you out, John. Salty air, and supposedly, start again, John. Salty sea air, and supposedly puts around 10 years on your life because air is so pure here, being part of the Argyll rainforest. Well, it won't do any harm, that's for sure, David. That is for sure. Oh. Ah, good evening, Steve. Are you babysitting again? I've got the boys here. They're being little tourites. They're being boys. First time I was on Anglo was when I was 66. I, I was suffering. I had been suffering for 40 years with abdominal pains, on and off. The doctors could never get to the bottom of what was causing these pains. And very close to my 66th birthday, I was laid in bed with it again. And my friend Jerry had come to visit me. And my son lost patience with me and phoned for an ambulance. And they suggested that I take myself over to the surgery and speak to whoever was on duty, which I did. And he just put his hands on my tummy and gently pressed, and said, I think, Mr. Davidson, you have appendicitis. I think it's burst. So you get yourself up to the hospital right away, and I'll write a note, which is what happened. We got a taxi cab, doctor's note, and off we went. And that was the first thing he did. This locum, no, it wasn't a locum. This doctor on the emergency, morphine. My God, does that take the pain away? And quickly. Holy moly. Oh, I don't know where you get your ideas, would you? Telling you. Anyway, following. So I get kept in, of course. I didn't realise how serious it was. The following day, I was in surgery, but there was a whole carry on before I got to surgery, because they came round and they sent some assistant nurse round to put a catheter thing into my penis. And I told her no, I wasn't having it. She could go away, which she did. But 10, 15 minutes later, a nurse came round. Same thing. Oh, we have to fit this. I says, well, why you need to fit it? We just need to fit it, Mr. Davidson. I says, well, you're not fitting it. Take it away. This went on and on and on until we got up to the sister. And I kept saying, no, no. So she eventually went, his sister, and about 15 minutes after she left the ward, two doctors walked in. Well, actually, it was a surgeon and his assistant, demanding to know why I was refusing to allow the staff to put this up my penis. And I just told them straight. I said, because no one is telling me why it needs to be done. And until I've got a good reason as to why you need to do this, oh, I'm not going to let you do it. He says, well, the reason we need to have it done is that if during your operation something happens and your bladder starts to leak, then that will cause a massive problem. So we need this in. Fine, says I. Go ahead. So the doctor, his assistant, put this thing in. So the whole thing, the whole upset was caused because they refused to tell me why they wanted it and needed it to be put in. And I was not going to allow them to put something into me when I had no idea why. Then that was why. And then he said something that you may or may not find strange. He says, well, while I am here, how would you like me to do this operation? I said, well, as carefully as possible, of course. He said, no. He said, do you want me to do it with the microsurgery, or do you want me to use the gold standard? I said, what do you mean by the gold standard? He says, well, I'll make an incision in your body and open it up and do the necessary, or I can use microsurgery. I said, no, you go ahead and you open me up, uh, which seems more straightforward, less of a risk. I said, anytime I'm on a beach in Spain, I don't wear swimming shorts or shorts, so I'm not bothered about any scars to be seen or not seen. So you just go ahead and that'll be fine. And that's what happened. And then he came back after the operation, well, the following day really, to let me know that everything had gone accordingly to plan, and that I held some kind of a record for being the oldest person in Great Britain to have their appendix removed. So there you go. But had somebody just said why it needed to be done, it would have been fine. It would have saved all that nonsense. So I was quite pleased. And guess what? After 40 years, I had no more problems with that part of my body. I have still never had any problem with that part of my body. But I can assure you, up until then, it could be really bad, really bad. So I'm glad that went away. This is real. Can't stay off the toilet still. Right pain in the ass, he says. Well, this is another area that's it's got to be very carefully monitored. I tried to pull the nurse taking care of me, says Angela. Well, this was just over the weekend. Um, I went in on a Thursday night, and on the Friday, I was in the operating room, and I was home on the Monday because I kept going on about wanting home. My son still stays here. House fell empty when the last one moved out, for sure. I'm sure it did, Real. I know I'd be absolutely lost without my son. Absolutely. God. Budgie, I've been in hospital once, and the surgeon said, this guy needs an award for the dirty appendix of the year. Jinx. Puts you off cooking, does it? Very good. And the sister said, I'll put it in with my mouth, John. And John quietly agreed. Oh. Yeah. Oh. I know his sister. She's a friend of my sister Alison. Ah, Scott's Armour, good evening, sir. Nice to see you again, or hear you again. Well, 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 we have a chat full of bigoted old Brits, not those new pyramid building, seasoning your chicken kind. Ah, I tell you. So don't forget now, Halloween stream starts 8:30. Now, I'm coming on early. That's to give me a bit of leeway should I begin to wilt. If I begin to wilt, that means I can, when I come off, it won't be too late in the evening if I start earlier. If I don't wilt, well, it means I might be able to go a bit longer, depending on who's here and who wants to come on, if anyone. Very good, Budgie. Sta Scars are going to be a new tattoo trend soon. You got an immune thing as well. I never heard that, Woodlander. What we got here? Right. sounds worse than it is. Again, I have no idea if there's any way to control that. Or to stop it, for that matter. They don't have as many answers as we think they have or feel they should have. That's for sure. Anyway, here's a bit of music. Hope this will cheer you up.
Seen the Black Hills and the Mall of Kintyre, stood in the great glen when the sky seemed on fire, trampled the Cairngorms down to Glencoe, stood on the shoreline, watched the northern lights glow. So here's to old Lang Syne, God bless bonny Dundee, and the haunting words of the Scaffold song mean so much to me. Often I've walked down Edinburgh Mile, felt my heart lifted by Glasgow's great smile, toasted the bard in the usual way. I like the old song sung the old-fashioned way. So here's to old Lang Syne, God bless bonny Dundee, and the haunting words of the Scaffold song mean so much to me. So here's to old Lang Syne, God bless bonny Dundee, and the haunting words of the Scaffold song mean so much
Yeah, it
to
seems a bit old,
me.
doesn't it? Yes.
Saturday trips to Stirling's old town, Inverness Castle with the moon shining down, Musselburgh High Street on a fair Friday night, and Oran's sweet beauty is her peaceful delight. So here's to old Lang Syne, God bless bonny Dundee,
Yeah, I know, folks. It sounds
and the haunting words of the Scaffold song mean so much to me. And the haunting words of the Scaffold song mean so much to me. And the haunting words of the Scaffold song mean so much to me.
well, the thing about the lungs is that the left one is badly damaged down here. And that's the problem. That's what causes the problem. I like that, Streaky. John got guitar playing postman stuff. I sound like Darth Vader. Tear that ship apart and bring me the plans, or something like that. Oh, thank you, David. Thank you, folks. Appreciate this. As I say, I've asked and they don't have answers. Why does this start up? I don't know. Is there a way to stop it? Apparently not. And then it just gradually goes away. As if I never had it. You like that, Streaky? Eh? We meet again, Obi-Wan. It's not as though it's painful. Don't think I'm in pain when I'm breathing like that. I'm not. David saying, I had old lang syne by Dragoon Guards going in a pub yesterday. Was number one in 1972. How times have changed, yeah, that's for sure. But the wheel has not stopped. We are moving through a duration, that is all. Our time will come again. Of that I am confident. I don't know if you'd like to see photographs. Oh, I know. This is what it always cheers a certain buddy up. I'll put it on for him. Another piece of music. Enjoy.
Well, you got your diamonds and tiara
Thank you
sure
very
what drives your car now.
much.
You let everybody know. Like don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Your mother, she's an heiress, owns a block in St. John's. Your father would be there with her if he only
This is
could.
Lorraine, of course.
Don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Well, you got your diamond, you will add some other. You better watch your step, girl, or start living with your mother. But don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Well, you got your diamond tiaras by the silver. You get your kicks in Stepney, not in Knightsbridge anymore. But don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire. Don't play with me, 'cause you're playing with fire.
I always like to add this on to, as a photographer. That is Lorraine without any special makeup, by the way. It's all her own clothes and her normal street makeup she's wearing. I just like to say that. I've got a whole portfolio of photographs of her that I took, but I wouldn't show them without her permission. And as I don't have her permission, you know, I just I just wouldn't show you that uh, ride a white swan. That's excellent. That's just excellent, Streaky. Gotta be one of your best. Swear to God. I'm sure she'll appreciate the compliment when I'm able to give it across to her. Oh, I glow. Roosh. Yeah. So, Halloween stream goes something like this. Thanks, David. I've got a number of recordings that I made back in the day. I recorded the first three chapters of the novel Dracula as a radio presentation. I couldn't go any further with the Dracula because I didn't have personnel to cover the various parts. So I only did the first three chapters. However, I did record the whole of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde because I had enough personnel to do that. That particular recording, again, was dramatised and recorded as a radio presentation, as was Dracula. So when I play it, it'll be what you will hear is a presentation that what should remind you of the way radio plays were once recorded in this country. In fact, everywhere. I don't know if they still do it the same way or not. Now that means from an audience point of view, you have to have the temperament to be able to sit and listen. Now what you could do is you could record this as it's being piped into your device, if that is possible. I know some of you listen on a telephone, but if you can use a computer, uh, That would be better. David, are you going to come on and do your own piece? Got my piece about got my piece done for the Halloween special. Looking forward to it. Think you're going to like it. Oh, I'm sure I will. So, are you going to come on and do it yourself? Which I don't mind at all. And how long does it last? Have you timed it at all? Good evening, William. All right, so you're doing it yourself. That's good. Live and direct from Loch Fyne. That's good. That mixes it up. I like that. Sensor has sent me a piece or two. So that's it's not all going to be my stuff, folks. And that's the way these Halloween streams have always been. A combination of material of mine and material from the audience. Oh, there's Toffee. Hi there, Toffee. Oh, you've been working late. Okay, okay. You've been knackered, of course. Knackered. About the time of a shortish novel, says David. Yeah, about 10 minutes or a bit less. Well, you see, if I put on Dracula, say, then that needs to play all the way through before something else comes on. Okay, just so you understand, that's how I have to do it. Well, Toffee, he also has. He's also sent me a couple of pieces, so he's been busy. Exactly. Great though, you're going to do it yourself. That'll be good. So, Halloween's streams on Thursday here, Toffee. Anglo is asking, John Davidson, I doubt very much you have seen Blackula. Yeah, the black version of Dracula. Some people do it to make money. Yeah, I know all about it. Anglo. I wish I didn't. Oh, did I show you? I don't think I showed you this. My friend from Glasgow usually visits me at the beginning of the month. He can't make it this month. And besides, I can't get to his house anymore. So I won't be attending his beautiful Christmas dinner. Uh, so as a way of compensating, he sent me this beautiful book. It's very heavy. It's called Vampire Cinema, the first 100 years. Yeah, it's Thursday toffee. This book is filled with gorgeous photographs and illustrations. Yep. Sure you all recognize that shadow. Dracula's daughter, etc., etc. Absolutely gorgeous photography. That's a Spanish Dracula on the other side. I have this. This is the cover and the poster for the very earliest vampire film. It's German. My mate that bought me this book that I'm holding also bought me this bought me that film. Aye, Toffee, yeah, I have actually. I've seen it, but thanks for drawing my attention to it. Yeah, it's very, very good. This weighs a ton, this book. And he sent me it there. He said, I've got two others up there that he sent me. One all about Hammer. Brings it up to date. I wish I could show you them properly. It's just a study. You know this fella. A well-kent face. There you go. Grandpa. The monsters. Vampira. You'll know her. And of course some of these modern things. But a beautiful, beautiful book. He's very generous. Don't know if any or how many have seen this. John Malkovich, Shadow of the Vampire. I've seen this as well. It's really good. It's about a film crew making a movie about a vampire in a castle. And of course, in the castle is the actual vampire, John Malkovich. So it's a bit of a film within a film. So it doesn't concentrate, the book, it doesn't concentrate on Hammer. It's doing the coverage, as it says on the cover, over the first 100 years. Klaus Kinski, I've seen this as well. This is just an absolutely gorgeous image. This, if I can hold it up well enough for you to see it, just weighs so much. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? What a gorgeous image that is. Probably sounds a bit weird me saying these things. The Seven Brothers Meet Dracula. It's set in India, by the way. And I think this is the one that you were referring to. The Black Dracula. Blackula. How dreadful is this? That's just dreadful, that. 72. That's when it was made. If you manage, if any of you manage to get up here for my funeral, you'll see me wearing my cloak. Chris Lee. Yeah, I'm aware of it, Anglo. I'm not impressed by it, of course. Uh, but some of these graphic images, and I'm sure Budgie Burger will really appreciate some of these graphic images in here. Count. That's the foreign versions that he did. That there, that kind of Dracula. 1970 he did that. So he did that a few times, about 7 times, I believe. And of course, it helped because he can speak. Oh, beg your pardon. He was very well versed in foreign languages. Of course, the man's dead now, but he could speak fluently in a lot of European languages. So that helped him enormously. And some of these images in here I had in my collection when I was a boy, and I've told you before, like that one. I had that, the death scene in the castle. Oh, so there you go. That's a that's a Spanish man, or the Spanish version. It was made at the same time Bela Lugosi was making his. This was made at night. Well, he worked during the day. Oh God, that weighs a ton. Heavy quality, of course, for the images. Quite beautiful. Oh, happy Halloween! Oh, happy oh Halloween. So anyway, if you if you're ever up this way and my funeral's on, you'll see me in my cloak. Off to Bedrill. Well, if you're spending so much time on the toilet, that way weaken you, if nothing else. I don't know that one. Yeah, I take it. Talking about. So anyway, you look after yourself now, Will. Hope you can make it for the Halloween, even if you don't, if you're not able to stay the whole show. That's for sure. That's for sure, Trevor. Maybe I should finish up early. Oh, yeah. Toffee is saying some of those black spoilification films are funny. There's a zombie one called uh, Neugers, another called Yogi, Jesus, from outer space. Gay black chappies from outer space. I haven't heard of that one. No, I'm not. I believe you, Toffee. I do, seriously. And the thing is, if you were to sit and watch these films that you're talking about, they'll be made in, with an earnestness about them and a sincerity about them. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Oh, I'm getting bullied. I'm get to your bed. And that's the thing you find about filmmakers, regardless of how impoverished they are, regardless of how poor the uh, the budget of the film has been. I haven't seen that Nightmare, not on Elm Street, but on everyone's street. So that's the thing about these films. About anybody who loves movies, loves films, and ever gets the opportunity to try and make one, they take it on with all seriousness. I did myself. I took it on in all seriousness. Not saying that that makes it any good, but that's what you do. If you care about it, Sheila, it's good to hear John laugh. Yeah, the other lads are good for him. Oh yeah, there's a few people on this stream could get me laughing. That's always a good thing. Used to say that. I used to say that to Laura. That was one of the things that attracted me to her. The fact that she could make me laugh. She was always a bit unsettled by that, as if I was insulting her in some way that she didn't understand. But I wasn't. I think, and I used to say to her, and I don't know how you folks feel about this. If you want to let me know, please let me know. But I would say to her that for me, one of the most important things about what went on in the bedroom between a man and a woman, it was very important that you could be relaxed and not just smile, but actually laugh. And I always thought that was important. Nightmare on Friday, The Exorcist. Let's make it, says Budgie. I knew that would give somebody the opportunity to make a self deprecating joke. And it was you that did it, Taffy. Women often laugh at me in the bedroom, unfortunately. But it is important that you are able to be relaxed in that manner. Anglo-Saxon, been scraping and sanding down window frames for what seems like months. Big fun. Looking good soon. Laughter is very important, says David. When we lose that ability, we're finished. Got us through world wars, etc. Us Brits got best sense of humour anywhere. Say to my partner all the time. I think so. I think so. Well, that's what I think I'll do then, folks, is I'm coming on Thursday as well as Friday. No, I'm not coming on Friday. I'm just coming on Thursday. I'll go off a bit earlier then. And well, that's absolutely spot on, Ludwig. It's when it's one of those things tyrants hate the most, being laughed at. Oh, that's for sure. Ah, that's for sure. Well, David, son of Larn, is coming on. He's written a piece. He's going to read it himself. Uh, Anyone's welcome if you've got a spooky story you want to tell, true or fiction, no matter. Uh, you're most welcome to come on and tell us your spooky story. Some of the bulk of the material will, in fact, uh, be pre-recorded material of mine. Good evening, Music for Truth. If that answers your question. So, if you've got a spooky story, Toffee, oh, definitely, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, my friend, yeah. Years and years ago, I I made a collection of recorded material. Uh, I put these short anecdotes on a CD, and I gave them out to the general population of Greenock via the telegraph. And I'll play a couple of them. They're very, very short. Steaky. Can we do a seance? And I call up evil spirits in the camera. Exactly. No, we can't. It's asking for trouble, that. Oh, well, that's a tempter. A tempter, budgie. I do love better stories. But no, there will be no open seance. Anglo is saying that Bell's whiskey is an evil spirit. Obviously, Anglo's got a low opinion of that one. There's Budgie egging you on. Jump on and tell it. It was also this idea of doing a Halloween stream was also another idea of mine to encourage you good people from the chat to come on and speak. That's all it is. I like it when people from the chat come on. I like it because I get to hear what you all sound like. Aye, 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 aye. Ludwig, old English film called The Dead of Night had 4 short ghost stories. One about a haunted antique mirror was proper scary, he says. James Taylor. A bottle of famous grouse gave me wings once. I nearly got killed by a bus. Jeez. The demon alcohol, eh? And the other thing is, folks, and I suppose in a way I'm speaking to Treble M, but our island is so rich in its mythology. Not just Scotland, although Scotland is rich in its mythology, but also Wales and England and Ireland. Now, as someone who's deeply interested in mythology, I think it's actually borders on criminality, the fact that our children don't get taught this stuff in school. It hardly gets taught at university, never mind school level. I've got books up here filled with it. The Lake District's another place loaded with mythology. And that's one of the reasons why we cannot or should not shy away from our own history, our own mythologies. It's just the fact that we don't know enough about it. It's been kept from us. I realise, of course, that our interest in our mythologies clashes to some extent against Christianity. They don't sit comfortably side by side. But it's part of where we come from. I just think it should be better known amongst us. It should be done through the school, through the colleges and universities. But of course, I would say all of that. These are the things that I get a lot of joy from. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm any kind of expert in it, because I'm not. And I feel, because of my own interest, that I should be something of an expert, but I'm not. So anyway, I've waffled on long enough. So I want to thank all of you once more for being here tonight. I hope you will come back on Thursday, Halloween. I don't know if that tradition has dwindled away. I know it's dwindled away up here for many reasons. It's sad, but there you go. So, until Thursday evening, 8 o'clock, I shall say adios, au revoir, cheerio. And until Thursday night, goodbye for now. You take care, folks. I'll speak to you real soon. Enjoy the music.
Silently the snow falls, paints a winter scene, swiftly spreads the dark rim,
Julia, I've seen that
hides a
film.
fading autumn green.
I think I've got it somewhere.
Moonbeams brush the dark
But thanks for letting me know.
road. Conjure friendships dear to me. Lightly now the breeze flows, disturbing more than just the leaves. But life's much more than we can know. We are one small glow in the eternal flow. Patiently the love grows.
Hope everything is
Lifts
well
the
with you.
weary heart. Gently now she holds me. Melts two worlds once apart. Moonbeams brush the dark wood. Usher dreams of you and me. Softly then the breeze blows, disturbing more than just the trees. But love's much more
So much more
than we can know.
than we can ever possibly know.
We are one small glow,
But an important glow.
in the eternal flow. Melodies of long ago, songs of innocence, harmonies to soothe the soul, past the consequence. Moonbeams brush the dark road, awakening joys of you and me. Silently the snow falls, bringing winter symphony.
Oh, together now.
But we're much more
So much
than we can know.
than we can ever possibly.
We are one small glow
But an
in the
important one.
eternal flow. But life's much more than we can know. We are one small glow in the eternal flow.